if your employee has to move, then the first £8,000 of removal expenses for relocating are tax-free. There are certain conditions, but the first £8,000 is tax-free. If you're paying for childcare, which is quite popular at the moment, and is mainly used through salary sacrifice, the first £55 per week is tax-free. Hi, Shaz here for another roundup of Finance Friday, and a very common question asked by people usually is what tax-free benefits are available to me. Now, of course, if you have a company and then because it's a separate legal entity, any expenses which are for your personal use or have a personal element, you have to pay benefit in kind tax. If you have a sole trader or a partnership or an LLP, then you're personally liable for the tax. Therefore, because you are part of the business, and therefore if there is any personal use, you add that back for tax purposes. But if you've got employees, then there are certain benefits you can give them, tax-free benefits. I wanted to run you through some of those in case you weren't aware. So hopefully from the ones that I go through tonight, there'll be at least one or two that you weren't aware of. So if you provide car parking spaces, that is tax-free. If you have employees and you pay for their eye test, that's tax-free. So I'll just run through all of these and then you can research them online or find out more, or type a question, reach out to me and I'll happily go through them in detail, because I don't have that much time to go through every single one in detail. Staff canteen, including hot drinks, again is a tax-free benefit to employees. Mileage, which is 45 pence for the first 10,000 miles, 25 pence thereafter, that's tax-free. If an employee has incidental overnight stay, if it's in the UK, £5 is tax-free. Outside the UK, it's £10 per night. £150 per head, usually known as the Christmas party, although it doesn't have to be used at Christmas. Most employers tend to use it at Christmas. Others sometimes use it for a summer barbecue or something else, but it's £150 per employee. That's quite useful. As I've said, most people tend to use it at Christmas, but it can be used at any time throughout the year. Medical checkups and assessments are a tax-free benefit once per year. If you have an employee who's been away from work for at least 28 days and medical treatment has been recommended to get them back to work, then the employer can pay £500, and that again would be tax-free. If you've had an employee working for you for 20 years or longer, you can give them a long service award. It's £50 per year. So if it were 20 years, that would be £1,000. It can't be cash, and you shouldn't have given them, or you can't have given them an award in the last 10 years. So it's a nice way to give them some kind of a gift for having been with you for quite a while. Something else which is quite useful and some people don't know about it is the trivial benefits. So this is £50 per employee, can be less than £50, so it's up to £50 per employee, and you can pay it 6 times a year, so it's £300 for the tax year. It can't be cash or a cash voucher. It can't be in recognition of the work that they've done, so it can't be some kind of a bonus that you're giving them for having performed well. If you have an employee who needs welfare counselling, that is a tax-free benefit. You've then got the cycle to work scheme, which is quite useful, so you can pay for a bike and equipment, and that would be tax-free as long as the bike is used for qualifying journeys. Electric cars are obviously popular, and if you have a limited company and you wanted an electric car for yourself, if you buy it in this current tax year, then there's no company car tax to pay. Next year 1%, the year after 2%. Hi Mark. Mark says, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you too, Mark. And I've got plenty of exciting and interesting stuff to share with you over the 2 days. So I hope you have a good night's sleep. So Electric cars, no tax this year, 1% next year, 2% the year after. And if you supply a charging point and electricity for your employees, again, tax-free benefit. If your employee has to move, then the first £8,000 of removal expenses for relocating are tax-free. There are certain conditions, but the first £8,000 is tax-free. If you're paying for childcare, which is quite popular at the moment, and is mainly used through salary sacrifice, the first £55 per week is tax-free. If you're paying for training related expenses to do with the employment, that's also tax-free, and that includes travel, subsistence and other incidental costs. Something else which is quite popular now, obviously working from home. If an employee works from home and incurs household costs, you can reimburse them £4 per week. That would be tax-free. If you're selling physical goods as part of your business, which some people might be, then you can sell goods at a discount to your employees, and that's tax-free, provided you charge your employee more than what you paid for it. So let's say you paid £1 for an item and you usually sell it for £2, but you sell it to your employee for £1 and 5 pence. That would be a tax-free benefit for the employee. So those are some of the tax-free benefits. I've not gone through every single one because it would take a long time, but I hope you've at least picked up one which you weren't aware of and which you can use. And of course, if you're a company director, you're also an employee. So as long as the expense is wholly, exclusively and necessarily for your employment, then you can claim that too. I hope you found that useful. Until next Friday, bye for now.